Today I just got this really cool combo in that I honestly didn't think was going to work, and it's the Sony FX30 paired with the Sony 15mm 1.4 G lens and also the Zhiyun Crane M2s. Now the reason I didn't think it was going to work is the M2s normally needs really light setups, like I'm talking really light. With my R6 and R7, the only lens I've been able to use with this setup was the 16mm 2.8, and I got okay results from it. But when I got the 15mm in, the fact that it works so well with this small gimbal setup, I had to do a video today. I'm on my way to go get a coffee really quick before the hurricane hits, and then we're gonna go back in the studio, see how everything looks, and talk about my first impressions using this combo. As you can see, the weather is beautiful out today. Not really, so let's hit it. So here is the Sony FX30, and I want to go over what's involved in this setup. So of course we have the Sony FX30, and then we have the Zhiyun Crane M2s. The lens is Sony's APS-C specific 15mm 1.4, that is a G lens. And then we have a Komica XD boom on the top as an audio receiver. All of this is perfectly balanced here on the Zhiyun M2s, which is a super lightweight gimbal meant for super lightweight cameras. And as I said in the intro, the only camera I've been able to use on here besides my Sony ZV-1, which balanced perfectly, was my R7 and R6 with Canon 16mm really small RF lens. I wasn't able to use either of those cameras with any bigger lens, so I didn't really think this combination was going to be possible. So I'm really excited about this whole combination because, one, the total lens, camera, gimbal weight is just under 3.5 pounds, so it is very light. I could use this all day. The M2s also has a daylight balance light right here. I'll turn it on really quick, and that's really cool. This is the lowest setting, which is still pretty bright. It can get a lot brighter. I'll turn it off right there. So the M2s has a daylight balance light, where the Crane M3, which has the same weight limit, although some people have been able to push it a little bit more, does have a bicolor light on there. The M2s did come with some gels to put on here. Besides weight and the light, the other cool thing is there is an additional quick release plate you can buy for the M2s and M3, and I do have that, and what it lets you do is it's almost like a V-mount style lock. I'm going to go turn this gimbal off right here so I can show you. So I'm going to lock all of the axes, and all you need to do is first you just hit the quick release plate right here, and the camera's out. So the different uses I see for this combination right here would be, number one, for vlogging. I think if you're vlogging and you want to use a gimbal, well, you'll be able to hold the camera out a lot further away and still get a really good field of view from this 15mm lens, because I know a lot of people were complaining it's slightly too cropped in for vlogging unless you hold it away. So that's number one. Number two, I think, is going to be real estate. This whole combo is really, really light, and the quality of this lens is really good, and it's not as distorted as Sony's 11mm. Another one would be event coverage, especially because of how great the autofocus is with this lens camera combination, and it being an f1.4. I could see event shooters using this as a secondary camera to whatever they're using, and it being a secondary camera on a super light gimbal like this, you can kind of toss it off and get extra angles and, you know, have this really complete combination. In addition to that, interviews on the go, especially if you have a two-person interview, because the 15 is wide enough, and if you're using a transmitter receiver system like the Komica XD boom, well, then you can have two subjects being interviewed at the same time and get both audio into the camera. So I think this combination will definitely open up a lot for a lot of different types of shooters, especially those who shoot a lot of social media content. Another one will be behind the scenes footage. Now, I plan on bringing this combination with me to a lot of my upcoming gigs, tossing it off to random people on set, getting really nice and easy BTS footage. So I think this will be a killer for BTS content. So if you have any questions about this combo, I'm calling it a first look video because this isn't really a proper review, although I do have an FX30 review coming, a review on the 15mm Sony 1.4 coming, and also I'll be doing a review on the Crane Crane M2s. But if you have any questions, make sure to put them in the comments below, and I'll not only get to them, but some of them I will feature in the reviews of these products themselves. And if you also got knowledge and value out of today's video, please make sure to hit that like, subscribe, and notification bell to keep up to date with the latest videos on the channel. Until next time, my name's Geoff Fagien. Thank you for watching, everybody, and I will see you in the next video.